How are you pupils? I would like to invite you for today's lesson, Social Studies Grade 5. My name is Teacher Dawson. So where you are, hope you have already prepared your materials, your pen, as well as your books. My name is Teacher Dawson. So I would like to invite you for today's lesson. When you were in grade 4, you learned about the weather as well as elements of weather. You learned the meaning of weather is a condition of the atmosphere which occurs at a place at a specific time, that is from hour to hour or day to day. You learned also about the elements of weather: sunshine, temperature, rainfall, clouds cover, humidity, as well as winds. But particularly for grade 5, we are going to learn about one of the elements of weather, which is known as wind. So make sure we move together. Now, what is the meaning of wind? Wind is an air in motion from high pressure zone to low pressure zone. That is the meaning of wind. Or is a moving air from high pressure zone to low pressure zone, or from colder area to warmer area. That is the meaning. So it is air in motion. Now, for example, as I said, it is an air in motion from high pressure to low pressure. Now, the concept is, for example, if you take a ball filled with air, and then you piece it with a sharp object such as needle, pin, or other materials, you will find that the air inside of the ball comes out, because inside of the ball there is high pressure, while outside of the ball there is low pressure. That is the meaning of wind, the movement of the air from high pressure to low pressure. So the meaning of the wind is an air in motion from high pressure areas to low pressure areas. That is the meaning of the wind. Is an air in motion from high pressure area to low pressure areas. And for example, if you take a ball, filled with air, and then piece it with a needle, pin, or sharp object. You will find that air inside the ball comes out, because inside the ball there is high pressure. Inside the ball there is high pressure, while outside the ball there is low pressure. That is the implication of this concept of the wind. Now, measuring the wind. Measuring the wind. How can we measure the wind? There are different ways that are used to measure the wind. Number one is by observation of different things on the environment. Different things on the environment. If we observe different things on the environment, we can measure the wind. For example, bending of trees. Bending of trees bending of trees, lifted papers, and the others. But also we can measure the wind by using instruments or devices. Instruments. There are different instruments which are used to measure the wind. We have the following instrument. Number one, and this is known as wind vane. The wind vane. Now, what is this instrument? The wind vane is an instrument which is used to determine the windy direction. And this one, it has an arrow, and the wind direction has an arrow which points to the direction from which the wind is blowing. And if the arrow points north, it means that the wind is blowing from the north. But if the arrow point east, it means the wind is blowing from the east. That is the wind. So this instrument, it is used to determine the windy direction. And I said it has an arrow that points from where the wind is blowing. And this one points to the direction from which wind is blowing. Point to the direction from which wind is blowing from. That is windy vane. And usually the windy vane is placed to an area which is open place or open space, so as to allow the whole process of recording the wind direction to be taken properly. Now this is the following. It is a sketch. It is a diagram of the wind vane. Following. So, as I said, it is placed on an open space. Where there is no tree or tall buildings. Trees or tall buildings. That is wind vane. But another instrument is known as anemometer. Another one is called the anemometer. Another instrument, number 2, anemometer. Now, anemometer, what is this device? Anemometer, this is an instrument or device which is used to measure the wind speed. This one is used to measure the wind speed. And this instrument consists 3 or 4 cups. And when the wind is blowing, these cups rotate. That means how the wind speed is measured. And remember, the wind speed, it is measured in kilometer per hour. So an anemometer is an instrument used to measure the wind speed. And this one, it consists 3 or 4 cups to focus and then meter. The wind speed is measured in kilometer per hour. Kilometer per hour. Meter per hour. Following is the diagram. Of anemometer. That is how that instrument, anemometer, used to measure the wind speed. But also we have this one known as the windy sock. The windy sock. Number 3, windy sock. Now the windy sock, this is the device which is used to determine or to measure the windy strength. The windy power. And the obvious, this one I placed the most are found at the airport or at the weather station. So windy sock is an instrument used to measure the wind strength. The windy socks are mostly found at the airports or weather station. So all these are instruments which are used to measure the wind. We have this one, I've seen the first one, wind vane, used to determine the wind direction, and anemometer to measure the wind speed, as well as wind sock measure the wind strength. So all of these are instruments related with the measuring wind. But also we have, how can we name the wind? Naming the wind. How can we name the wind? There are different names and different ways that are used to measure, to name the winds. But naming the wind depends on the direction from which the wind is blowing. So when you wanted to name the wind, you have to determine or depend on the where the wind is blowing from. For example, if the wind is blowing from south to north, that wind is known as southerly winds. And if the wind is blowing from north to south, that wind is known as northern winds, and vice versa. So naming winds depends on the direction of the wind, direction from where the wind is blowing. As I said, for example, south to north, this wind are known as northern wind. And then north to south, this wind are known as southerly winds. And then we have east to west. This wind is called eastern wind, and vice versa. So that is how you can name wind. Concerning the lesson where we started and where we have reached about the concept of the wind, I would like to end up there for today's lesson. And remember, we have learned the concept of the wind as well as how to measure the wind. Different instruments which are used to measure the wind also we have learned. So make sure you place where you are for the next lesson. I would like to end up there. Thank you for being a part of this lesson. We shall meet.